What's up, everybody? I'm Jeth. I'm an Age of Mythology content creator, commentator, and player. Love of the game, and I've had the honor of talking to several top players in the community over the past few weeks. I posed a set of questions to them, and I'll be producing a series of videos that focuses on one question at a time, editing together all the responses from the different interviewees so that we can get multiple perspectives on different insights about the game and RTS gaming in general. So today's question, I asked the players, what were some of the biggest defining factors in their journey so far in Age of Mythology that helped them to improve as a player and basically to reach the levels of play that they are at today? So each person had a unique take, and I'm really excited to present these answers with you now. So let's hop right into them straight away.
Yeah, I just really like if it wasn't for set like the shifting sands, I would probably play like Greek with the underworlds. I like god powers or Sith that can, while you play defensive, can really fuck over someone else in the back. For example, you take down their disease, or you go in the gold mines. Yeah, so I'm like a really defensive player, and I use that to give my teammates like a big edge, And then my teammate is attacking him from the front. I'm just playing defensive, which is, easy for me. And yeah, so he gets doubled while, So either his teammate has to react somehow, or we just slowly win.
I think just basically, I really like to change the gods that I play. I find it really painful to play like even twice the same god in a row. So I have a good basis on every god, I think, in the map pool.
Yes.
Except Aztec overall, I haven't tried it yet, and Demeter, I'm not a fan of the design. But I've played all the other gods. I enjoy playing all the other gods pretty much. And when it comes to a tournament, I see my opponents and I'm like, he likes this god, he likes this map. Maybe I should play this specific god with this specific strategy. And I already have a nice basis on how to play that in that specific matchup. So I just have to train a little bit. Then I think I'm confident about this match. So I think I don't have any gods where I'm extremely stronger than other guys, but I think I'm very versatile on many pantheons.
Awesome.
And that's how I don't force myself, to be honest. This is just how I enjoy the game.
Yes.
I really like to play all the pantheons. That's how I enjoy playing.
I would probably say, the people who support you in your life, like friends and family, it's so much easier to improve in games when your family recognizes that you enjoy games. It's your outlet, or you've got a group of friends who also realize that too, and also seeing like the value in it as well. Like it's a way to, like getting higher rated and improving on the ladder. It's a goal for yourself. You're still striving to do something, to make an effort, to kind of get better. So I would say that I've been very lucky with like friends and family in general. And I would say the people around me are probably the biggest factors.
I gotta say, like the people I've been playing with. So I gotta give a shout out to two of my friends here, SJO and Jollyman. I played a lot of games with them, and we had talked a lot about Age of Mythology. And of course, I've always looked up to, like, we're very lucky in this game to have a few very encouraging content creators. So I owe a lot to Boit, to HUSKSUPPE, and Thomas Shelby, and of course some of the newer ones who keep the game alive, like Moose, Punkstar. Yeah. So like I'd say those guys are like what has kept me going in this game, and I would probably have been bored if it weren't for those guys. So yeah, I guess the people.
Since I don't really practice as much as I should be, you know, if I was practicing more, maybe I would be even better than I am right now. But I think that the biggest things that helped me improve is the way that I think look at the game and the approach, you know, learning the game. For example, when it comes to like controlling units and stuff, like I'm the slowest player in the top 100 at the moment. I'm like 38 APM on average, while everyone else is at least 50 and above. And the other like people that are considered slow are like 60 something, you know. Then I'm much slower than them. So what I'm, you know, how I do things is basically be as effective as possible. You know, to have priorities when it comes to like microing stuff.
Yes.
What's your priority? How you do certain things without like having to click 50, 100,000 times in 1 minute. How to do stuff like that, and how to be, you know, effective. What's your priorities during microing, and also, you know, just learning how many stuff you need on what resource to like be able to spend it all on the units that you want. Also, learning when what you can get away with, you know, when can you get away with like getting to heroic age and not dying, you know, and just trying to understand what you can do and what your opponent can do, depending on what civilizations they are, you know, because you're someone who's a different civilization, depending on their civilization. For example, if someone is like a Greek or if someone is a Chinese, like they can't do the same things to stop you. So you need to understand your opponents, and I think that's probably the most thing that helped me improve quickly, quickest the most, is just learning more about my opponents, you know, like all the other civs, like what they can do, like what they want to do.
It's not shying away from competition. Actually loving playing against better players. I love it. I love when I meet it. Like, for example, I never understand why somebody surrenders against me. I don't understand it. If I'm 2K and you're 1600, if you lose like what, 3 elo. If I lose, you gain what, 30 elos, you know? So I have to play much better than you. And secondly, you get a replay and you can watch this replay and you can realize, oh, FireFox did this, and FireFox had this amount of army in 10 minutes, and I had only this amount, you know? You can learn so much, I think, from these from playing against better players. So I love it. I queue and I see someone that is my level or even better. I love it. I'm down, you know. Let's fight. And I have nothing to lose, you know. If I'm 1600 player and I play against 2.1k, I have nothing to lose. It's just it's a win-win, you know. And so I never get this mindset. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. If people surrender against me, I don't understand it. But it happens every day. You say, "Oh, FireFox," and then a surrender. I'm like, "Why you surrender? Why?" Well, I'm not wasting your time. You know, you're not. Well, I'm wasting my own time, but you're not. You know, you should be doing this.
Yeah.
And I never understand it. I think it's one of the biggest. It's kind of this. I don't care. I really would never, like, if I lose, I don't really care. It doesn't tilt me.
Yeah.
It tilts me when I play bad. When I play bad, I'm get really tilted, you know? Like today, there was one game, as I said before, which really tilted me. But usually, if I play like bad, I get frustrated at my own capability. But getting better is kind of like 2 steps ahead, 1 step back. So you will have these phases where you start playing really, really good.
Yes.
And then you start playing really bad, and then you start playing better than before, and then it sometimes helps to step away from the game, not play for like 3 days, and come back with a fresh mindset. And I think the biggest improvement is just not shy away from competition. Rinse and repeat, you know. Play, review, play, review, play, review. And if someone better, play him 10 times if you can, you know.
One, developing my own unique style, I think, helped me out a lot, because I mean, at the beginning it didn't really work because I sucked, but you know, as I got better, I started like developing like an aggressive style, and it was very unique, I guess. I hadn't seen anyone else really do it before.
Yes.
At least on the old game, like I think on Retold I've become more standard, but or at least like recently, but like earlier, I was like extremely aggressive. Like I would like wall you in like at 5 minutes and I'd be very, very aggressive. So I think developing like my own style was very helpful to my improvement, because it just like gave me something that no one else had or no one was doing.
Yes.
And it just like kind of helped me, you know, improve and take wins off people because they didn't really see it coming.
Yeah.
And then I kind of mastered that style, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. As my improvement as a player, I think, you know, meeting like the right like top players and stuff on the old game and the new game, like they helped me improve.
Yes.
So that was like crucial to you know, me becoming a top player. But yeah.
Probably that whole grind set that I was talking about before, you know, going into it always with sort of that analytical approach, and always whenever I'm going in, I go in with sort of an idea of things I want to experiment with, things I want to maybe improve on that I didn't do well last time I played a certain matchup or whatever. And then when I'm done, I'll reflect about, did I do it well enough? What else could I've done? This, that, and the other. And if you do that many times over, eventually you're going to, incrementally you will improve, and eventually it's going to amount to something real and tangible. I want to say that there are people out there with many more games than me, and they're not nearly as good. So, you know, just playing the game, that's not enough. You gotta do the reflection, you gotta do the analysis, and you gotta sort of prepare yourself before you go into a game.
Well, I think first of all, just I have some time to play the game, and I think playing makes best practice, of course. And in Age of Mythology, also partly due to the fact that at certain moments ladder was not really populated a lot. You would play against really strong players, even if you're a bit lower rated, for example. So when you've achieved already some, I don't know, 15, 1600, you've already matched against top players quite a lot. And of course, first you lose to them all the time. But then playing versus the best allows you to also play maybe your best game and try to improve. And basically also the moment when you beat one time some good player, I think for me it was Matador. I beat Matador, and then I'm like, okay, I guess, and it's not like he played a bad matchup or something. So at that moment I was like, okay, I guess I'm actually capable of winning, and this gives you a big boost to the future games you play. And I think it's also important because you need to understand that, okay, maybe you're at a disadvantage and stuff like that, but you can win, and this is a huge difference, and it allows you to motivate yourself. Because if you think that it's a very strong player, I probably will lose, it's not really a good mindset to perform. So even if you probably will actually lose, there's no real benefit to thinking like that. I think that was important for me.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, and also I think the Deities of Death clan, which I'm in, I think people learn like some discussions about strategies and matchups and things like that helped me a lot, and some videos. For example, I remember Jollyman video about like some Norse versus Egypt matchup, and I've watched it. I've taken a lot from it, and like in next games I've actually thought, oh, okay, this is like almost exactly the same situation which was described, and I was doing it wrong, and now I do it differently, and I'm actually having good results. So I think the community and its support is also important to your improvement.
When I was very new to the game, when I was very young, a famous player now whose name is FireFox kinda helped me improving. I was I was performing okay. I was learning the game, but I don't even recall how it happened. But he said we could do some 2v2 together. He made a new account and he helped me a little bit. Then, of course, I've been in DoD for a lot of years. I think it's nearly 20 years now. I think it's between 15 and 20. I don't know how many years exactly. But yes, of course, before Discord there was a website. So hanging out with other AoM enthusiasts helped learning the game and improving myself, definitely.
For me, I really like to explore new stuff. So it's happened to sometimes work pretty well in RTS. I don't usually play the meta gameplay. Like Boy will sometimes talk about what the fuck are you playing like this? But I really like to explore a lot of new stuff. And to be honest, sometimes when you're trying something non-standard, they may actually end up to be the best thing that some other people don't notice. For example, I used to play Mongols. Used to play Age of Empires 4. Then when the game just started, the meta was playing France, and everyone playing France, making knife and archers, if you guys know about. So back then I was like, yeah, I really don't want to play the meta. I come up with something, play Mongol and go Tower Rush, and end up it become the strongest strategy in the games.
Wow.
So sometimes when you try exploring new stuff, good thing happens. And I think for now, especially in retail, I think first few tournaments I didn't do really well actually. But after then, it added more and more Civ and God were added to the game. It's actually doing really good for me because, well, rather than playing meta that people play old Civ or old God they did, when trying new stuff, I am usually one of the first people to figure out how to play them. So which end up I have a much better result than some other people. I think that is one thing. So yeah, that's end up working really well for me, I would say.
I think time invested is a big one. I mean, I was pretty bad at Call of Duty when I started playing that back in the day with my school friends. But then I would play it like every day after school. So I got pretty good. But it was like a stupid amount of time played in a small amount of time. What else is there? I think also just my the way my brain is. It's just like it's good at. I don't know if I'm like a little bit autistic actually, but it's like good at pattern recognition and this kind of thinking that's useful for strategy games.
Okay, awesome. So you mean in terms of within the context of a single game, being quite conscious of the different sort of phases of the game and that kind of thing, like timings and
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I think that's an area of my game that I think definitely I can improve quite a lot.
It's like if I go to learn a new game, which I do I would say quite often. A lot of people just stick with one game, but I tend to like playing new games. I learn them, I think, really fast. Like I don't know why I can just remember all of the upgrades after I read them quite quickly, like what they do and which ones are good.
Well, I gotta say, like, this may not be popular, but I guess it's ego, bro. Like, ego, I think, is the #1 drive for every single person, because ego, how do I say it, bro? Like, it kind of makes you competitive, but also it punishes you severely with each loss, right? Because you take it personally, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, losses feel so bad, and wins feel so good. So it's kind of addictive in that sense.
For sure.
Like, if you have like big ego, bro, like, it's kind of natural drive for you to improve, if that makes sense. I have to say, like, I haven't seen any like top player that in any single sport or any literally activity, right, that doesn't have ego, right? If you are best at something, or if you're one of the best, you have to have ego. Like some people are better at hiding it, but like at the end of the day, like if you spend enough time, you know, with those people, you will understand like they have, you know, kind of big ego, you know.
Yeah, look, I mean,
like, just striving for perfection, man. Like that's what I gotta say, man.
It started as a hobby, I believe, for most people, and I later really got inspired by the Mista, because yes, I downloaded the game once upon a time. I really liked it. I played a few hours a day when I was a student. You know, once again started as a hobby, and as I started discovering that I have a passion for it, that I'm like, wait a minute, I've become so consistent with that game. I play at least 1 hour a day. Then at some point, I saw myself improving. And as I started learning and exploring the game more and becoming better at it, I started liking it even more. I started being slightly more passionate about the Age of Mythology game. Then at some point, I started watching YouTube. And that was the first time when I started looking up Age of Mythology on social media. I found interviews and tournaments, and I'm like, wow, there are tournaments? Really? For games, you know? I couldn't believe it that actually people put money for people to play, and, you know, big sponsors like Microsoft. And we mostly had community funds back in the day. Microsoft was not really active with Age of Mythology. And I watched some community tournaments where the Mista was playing, and I listened to one of his interviews, and I couldn't tell if he was Greek or not. I didn't know he was Greek because I'm Greek myself.
Yeah.
And I started seeing those Greek flags next to his name, and I'm like, that can't be possible. He probably has the Greek flag because he plays Zeus. That was my first thought. But then I heard his accent, and I'm like, this guy is definitely Greek. And I'm like, I can't believe like one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, is playing Age of Mythology Retold, and he's Greek. And
yeah.
I really got inspired. I got to talk with him for the first time in a Discord community.
Yeah.
And that's when I really got motivated, and I would watch his games. He had the most fun playstyle. That really inspired me. And I said to myself, wow, I'd like to really be like him one day. And I started following that dream in a daily competitive basis.
Yeah, so I think what helped me the most is probably just trial and error. I was just playing like with Mosca, for example. We played a lot of matches together, and we would just repeat the same matchup till we found like what we thought was the best way to play that certain matchup. And I think that's probably improved me the most, because if you're playing on tournaments like we do, you kind of know what the opponent's going to start picking in these tournaments, so you can kind of prepare for the most likely matchups. So you kind of just practice with your whoever's you think is a similar level to you or higher level, and you just practice those matchups like 5 times till you reach a conclusion on what you think is best. Because most of the time, even if you play versus an opponent that has the better matchup for them, but you practiced it and they didn't, there's a higher chance you're probably going to win that game than they will, because you're going to be more prepared for it.